Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone, depending on where you're connecting from. Welcome to this exclusive Citrix Ready webinar. I want to take a moment to thank everyone who have signed up and joined for this webinar today. I promise there's a lot of useful information to take away for you. I'm Anil Kumar, your host today, and I'm Citrix Ready Technical Marketing Lead, managing the network ecosystem, and also responsible for the security program for ShareFile Initiative, which we'll be launching today. So I look forward to working with many of you. Along with me today, I have Mark Waugh, Principal Product Manager for ShareFile, who has a lot of experience with ShareFile and will be providing us some great insights on ShareFile and security. Hey, Mark, welcome to the webinar. Could you talk a bit about yourself and your experience with ShareFile and Citrix?
Yeah, thank you, Anil. Hi, everyone. This is Mark Waugh. I'm a product manager with ShareFile Enterprise. I cover security and compliance for ShareFile. This includes our DLP, IRM, encryption capabilities, and also our compliance programs, for example, SOC 2, FedRAMP, and others. Prior to ShareFile and Citrix, I was with IBM Security and RSA. I cover products within the data security services organization at IBM, covering products like DLP, database security, malware, and also encryption. At RSA, I was an engineer first before I became a product manager covering data loss prevention, malware analysis, and endpoint security. Thank you for joining us today here. Back to you, Anil.
Thanks very much, Mark. All right. So we have quite a few things lined up in terms of the agenda, but by the end of the webinar, you'll have all the information about the details about the security program which we are launching today, ShareFile security and various integrations options available, and how you can participate in this program and the marketing benefits which we are offering as a part of this program. So one housekeeping item to keep in mind, if you have any questions during the webinar, please use the question panel available. We will address them during our question and answer session in the end. All right, so before we move on, let's talk about the Citrix Ready program a little bit. So I know many of you have worked with us before, but we have many new vendors who have joined in today. So let me give a little bit of background. So Citrix Ready is a technology partner program that showcases and recommends third-party products, solutions, and services that have demonstrated compatibility with Citrix's products. So this really helps customers to quickly and easily find solutions recommended by Citrix and Citrix Ready Marketplace, which is hosted at the site below. It's at www.citrix.com/citrixready.citrix.com. And if you're a vendor and if you'd like to participate and partner with us in the Citrix Ready program, use the below link. You'll get all the information about Citrix Ready program and how you can join, validate your product, and the various marketing benefits which we offer. I'm just waiting for the slide. Okay. All right. So let me give a little bit background about why we are launching this program today and why security is really important when it comes to enterprise file sync and share solutions. So when we talk about all the cloud-based file sync and share solutions, right? These have really taken off in the market because it really gives the users the flexibility to get access to data anytime they want, anywhere and on any device, and at the same time be productive on the mobile. But this also creates a little bit of friction with the IT because now IT gets a feeling that you are now losing control of all the security and all the policies that are needed to ensure corporate data, intellectual property, and sensitive information is always protected. So as an IT admin or an end user using these solutions, you might start asking yourself sometimes the question, what happens to the data when an employee leaves an organization? What happens if I accidentally send a sensitive file to someone unknown? And what can I do to really ensure that the company's data does not fall in the wrong hands? And let's say if you're a CTO of the company and you've made the big decision to move your company data to the cloud. How do you ensure that my data in the cloud is secure and meets the company's compliance requirements? So today we'll see how ShareFile can address all these complex security questions and how you, as a security vendor, can partner with us to ensure customer data is always secure. So the Citrix ready. So this is the main slide which we want to announce today. So the Citrix ready program, a security program for ShareFile. It is designed to help you integrate and showcase your Citrix security solutions with Citrix ShareFile. What we want to do is, as a part of this program, is to build an ecosystem of security products which can integrate with Citrix ShareFile and join our success story. And we have a lot of marketing benefits for you to offer through this program, which I'll be talking about during this webinar. So we are looking to partner with vendors who can integrate their products with ShareFile in the categories shown below. So that's cloud security, data security, identity and access, and security analysis. So Mark will walk us through in more detail about these categories individually. So Mark, over to you.
Thank you, Anil. Now, the next slide, you should see the skyline of Raleigh, North Carolina. And the Citrix campus that you see here is a very new campus that we built for Citrix ShareFile based in Raleigh. Well, let me give you a bit of history on ShareFile. ShareFile was actually founded in 2005 before it was acquired by Citrix. It has grown tremendously over the years, and it was acquired by Citrix in 2011 with only 88 employees. And the company or the subdivision grew very quickly, and there's a need to build a new campus. And that's what you see here on the background or the foreground, a Citrix campus based in Raleigh. So fast forward to 2017, we have now more than 800 employees within this building in the Raleigh warehouse districts. So you can see business has been growing tremendously for ShareFile and Citrix. Citrix ShareFile has been growing exponentially with double-digit growth. We have about 84,000 business customers, all paying customers, with 20 million business users spread across 168 countries. When I look at the back-end analytics of our platform, where we see ShareFile activities across the globe, it always amazes me where our users are in different parts of the world. About 50% of our customers and their clients are enterprise users, and it covers 99% of Fortune 500 companies. This customer base represents a great opportunity for our partners, and especially for our enterprise customers. Security is one of the major buying criteria. We have encountered many different use cases, from single sign-on to data security solutions like DLP and security monitoring or SIEM solutions. The movement and workloads and data into the cloud open doors for security solutions and vendors that we can partner with to deliver capabilities to our customers. Security is one of the major pillars for ShareFile. As you can see here, we have achieved many different security credentials, including a SOC 2, which looks into our security processes, and it has been verified by an independent assessor, Ernst & Young, for both our US-based and EU-based control plane. We have also earned the HIPAA compliance from Sword and Shield for our HIPAA products or HIPAA offering. We are also a CSA, Cloud Security Alliance Star-registered cloud service provider. There you'll find a lot of information about our security posture, our security capabilities, and it's available for you to download to understand. And we have also earned different awards like the Best of Biz in 2016 and also IT Brand Market Leader. But the most important is the Gartner Magic Quadrant. We have been the leader in the Gartner Magic Quadrant for 3 years in a row. And Gartner scored our security as one of the high benchmark for among the different enterprise file system and share solution. Now, even with good security capabilities within ShareFile, we know that there are other use cases that we are not able to meet ourselves, and that's why we are extending our partnership to the security community and vendors to help us achieve and address our customer use cases. Now, before we go through in the details on the different security integrations, it's best that we get an overview on ShareFile architecture. ShareFile is a file sync and share cloud-based application. It consists of what we call the application tier or the control plane. It provides the interface and business logic that drive the user experience. And the user experience can be reached through multiple clients from the different web browsers that you've seen here, iOS and Android devices, Mac or Windows, and even within Outlook. ShareFile also consists of storage options in what we call storage zones. These storage zones can be purely cloud-based through Citrix managed zones, either through Amazon Web Services or Microsoft Azure. A customer managed storage zone using on-premise data repository through SIFs or SMB file share, or it can be a customer managed storage zone utilizing an existing dev container, say from Azure. Or even better, some customers employ the hybrid approach where you have a combination of cloud-based storage and on-premises based storage. So if I have to sum it up, the application tier provides the consistent user experience across the devices. It is evergreen, where we develop and deploy very frequently, almost on a weekly basis. And the storage zones options provide the flexibility to our customers to store the data, whether for specific requirements like data sovereignty or data residency requirements. Now let's look at all the different various integration points in this architecture. And let's group them by categories. So first, let's look at cloud security. Cloud security can be represented by many different types of vendors, from cloud access security brokers, cloud access gateways, cloud security platforms. In this vertical, we see most of the integrations occur using our ShareFile API that enables our partners and vendors to access the accounts, the items or files within the accounts, the users themselves, and also generate the reports on the activities, like who have shared a specific file or document, who has downloaded the document, and so forth. Another area of integration is data security. And in this area, we encounter partners and vendors in the areas of data loss prevention, DLP, antivirus, and so forth. We have the ICAP option, where it is used to support traditional enterprise DLP capabilities that has ICAP network server, or antivirus vendors that supports ICAP and can be integrated through the ICAP protocol with ShareFile. And this is available on what we call the customer managed storage zones and the storage zone controllers that are being installed on the customer premises. The APIs are also available for cloud-based DLP vendors to be able to interact with the ShareFile control plane or the application tier to retrieve files for processing in the event of a specific activity within ShareFile. There is also a concept of a connector SDK. One of our differentiators with our storage zones approach is the ability to connect to different data repositories. For example, Documentum, Enterprise Content Management Systems, SharePoint, and so forth. And we develop a connector SDK to enable vendors to interface with ShareFile and how the files can be accessed and leverage the security capabilities of ShareFile, like view-only, IRM, and so forth. So if you are a vendor with secure storage capability, you can leverage the connector SDK to connect your subsystems or data repository to ShareFile and open up some of the use cases like mobile and security capabilities. Another point of integration is to identity and access management, where we support SAML, the protocol. Here, multiple identity providers can integrate with ShareFile with this popular protocol, and that will enable use cases around single sign-on or even a multi-factor or adaptive authentication. And finally, security analytics. We've seen a trend in this area where it's no longer just security monitoring using SIM systems. We see upcoming market segment of user and entity behavior analytics. Here, the reporting APIs can be leveraged to gather the user activities and the file activities within the account for analysis. We are also working on a set of webhooks API where vendors can subscribe to specific events and capture them in almost real time. And we are working with different vendors to be able to define the set of APIs that are available. Now let's drill down further into the different integration points. Let's go back to cloud security. ShareFile API is available. It's a REST-based API that follows the Open Data Protocol specification. And this is a HTTP-based REST API on how to describe objects and actions. And most of the results is returned in a JSON format. I mentioned webhooks earlier. Webhooks will support callbacks for triggered by specific events like upload, share, or download. We also plan to expand the webhooks-based events that can be subscribed. For example, user account changes, privilege elevation, login events, like for example, failed logins or logout accounts, which we support natively within ShareFile today. The webhooks is based on RabbitMQ underneath to support a robust messaging system that allows us to scale to multiple partners. The next area is data security. I mentioned earlier, DLP use cases can be supported through the ICAP protocol and ShareFile API. The diagram that you see here on the right shows the interaction between the on-premises storage zone, meaning this is the piece of software that our customers install on a Windows server and connected it to different storage subsystems that support CIFS or even object storage like Amazon S3. And the ICAP protocol is available for integrations with third-party data loss prevention solutions or even antivirus solutions that supports ICAP. Here, the files will be streamed from the storage zone and queue up through the ICAP protocol to the third-party DLP or antivirus systems for analysis. And once the analysis is returned, the appropriate actions will be taken on these files. So for example, within ShareFile, DLP classification that return a ICAP response for us to control the access to the file, we will mark the file for limited sharing, and that can be configured on a per user basis. For example, whether the user is an admin, employee, or client. And the ICAP protocol can be used also for malware use cases, and that's how the files can be also channeled to the third-party malware analysis engine, be it static analysis or dynamic analysis like sandboxing. The ShareFile API is also available, which is not through the storage zone controller. That is actually interacting directly with the control plane or the application tier from the architecture you've seen earlier. And that's how files can be fetched or downloaded for analysis for DLP or malware and antivirus. Mentioned about the connector SDK earlier, where if you have specific storage subsystems that have security capabilities, for example, striping the data across multiple disks, or the ability to encrypt the data using proprietary encryption protocols, that can be leveraged to connect to ShareFile, meaning the underlying storage is handled by the vendor themselves, but the interface to the files can be addressed through a ShareFile. We also support integration to custom SMTP. This is not this is more of a configuration support, where ShareFile notifications are being channeled. Most of the notifications today are from a ShareFile itself, but if you configure a custom SMTP or even an email gateway, for example, Proofpoint, you can channel some of these messages through the email gateway for additional security processing. Now let's look at identity and access. As I mentioned earlier, we support SAML 2.0, and we have support already. Since this is an established protocol, we have multiple partners already in this area. For example, the NetScaler, ZenMobile as part of Citrix, Microsoft Azure, AD, OneLogin, Okta, Ping, Duo Security, and so forth. And one interesting use case is the support of dual IDP through NetScaler and ZenMobile to address interesting use cases around adaptive authentication and also mobile security with ZenMobile. From a security analytics perspective, we have observed a lot of customers in the enterprise, especially enterprise customers, using SIEM solutions like QRadar, Splunk, and so forth. And some of them are slowly investing in newer capabilities that focus on user behaviors, like user and entity behavior analytics solutions. So we see the need. The reporting API through ShareFile API and the up-and-coming webhooks will be available to be able to support some of these use cases. We have seen traditional SIEM use cases where currently utilizing our reporting API to generate CSV files, for example, to be ingested into the SIEM. And some of them chain some of these solutions, for example, channeling some of the events from SIEM to a UEBA solution. Now, let's drill down further on how, as a partner or vendor, you can engage with us and get some of the resources. I've shown here is the ShareFile API site, api.sharefile.com, and that's where you can access the API. You can get a key, get an authorization token to be able to interact with the specific account or ShareFile account. The access is through HTTPS, as you've seen here. For example, you can be a securitycompany.sf-api.com to be able to reach out to the specific account for access. We also have a pretty active community site that have forums and questions answered. That's how some of our partners get some of the support through the API integrations or even the connector SDK and PowerShell. And PowerShell is used for accessing ShareFile API through a PowerShell snap-in on Windows, and that is utilized for some of the automation within our customer use cases. Let's look closely at ICAP, the Internet Content Adaptation Protocol-based integration closely. Again, this is for on-premises only, and this is available through our storage zones controller. Version 4.2 or later will support both DLP and antivirus or malware use cases. DLP is actually supported longer. If I remember correctly, it was supported since version 3.4. So, however, we will encourage most of our customers to upgrade to the latest version to enable further capabilities. SAML, as I mentioned, Security Assertion Markup Language, is a popular protocol. It does enable single sign-on use cases and also advanced authentication features. For example, adaptive authentication, where the authentication method will be enabled based on the context of the user logging in, and that is popular with our NetScaler integration. As you can see in the table here, there's a lot of configuration guides available already for Zen Mobile and NetScaler, Citrix products, even ADFS and Microsoft Azure AD. Okta, Ping Federate, OneLogin also have what we call approved configuration guides. Some other vendors have written their own, for example, Dual Security, and we do welcome more vendors to help us expand our capability here. So if you are a vendor and you are thinking about signing up and partnering with Citrix, you can find out more as we discuss this further. And I'll hand it over to Anil to talk about some of the next steps that you can take to partner with us.
Right. Thanks very much, Mark. That was a wonderful presentation and a lot of links available to access ShareFile resources. So I'll make sure that all these links are sent through our follow-up email in a day's time. So in terms of the ShareFile security program, what are the next steps for you in terms of how do you participate? So Mark did provide us a great overview on the 4 categories in which we are looking for integration with ShareFile. So if your product falls under any of these 4 categories, it could be one or many, and if you think your product can be compatible and can integrate with ShareFile, you could really sign up and participate for this program. So how do you do that? Let's see how do you get started. So I'll be providing the link to the landing page which we've prepared to register to invite registrants for this program. So please visit the link, provide in all the details and sign up for the program. Once you sign up, you will be in touch throughout the program from where I'll be contacting you, and Mark also will be in contact in terms of how we could integrate your product with ShareFile. So once the integration is done, your product will receive a Citrix Ready badge, and we'll run a lot of joint promotions together to spread the word out. So in terms of the joint promotions, so what are we giving away, or what are you privileged to expect from this program? So we'll be working with you closely to build a joint white paper. The white paper will have all the details about the integration and the security benefits of your solution. Mark? And additionally, we'll also provide a lead gen webinar to generate qualified leads for you. We'll also do a podcast with Douglas Brown. It's a radio interview on theabcc.com, and we'll also work on a handy infographic. It's a very handy collateral that highlights your product's integration with Citrix. So to take away, a big takeaway from this webinar is you have to sign up for this program, and you can see the link displayed on the screen. I'll also be sending out an email right after this webinar on with all the links provided during this webinar to sign up and qualify for the program. And if you have any questions, you could always drop an email to citrixready@citrix.com. So and now let's move on to question and answer session. We have received some really good questions here. So let me take up the first one. So there's one question which asks, what are the technical benefits that are being offered as a part of this Citrix Ready Security Program? So as I did mention a few seconds ago, so we'll be so apart from the white paper, the infographic, the lead gen webinar, and the podcast, you'll also receive a lot of program benefits as a part of being a Citrix Ready partner. You'll also gain access to the Citrix CDN, which is our developer network, and also receive technical support from us.
Yeah, so, Neil, I'd like to add to the benefits. As part of us trying to launch the Citrix Ready Security Program for ShareFile, we intend to showcase this program and the partner ecosystem at our customer event, Synergy, in May. So that is where some of our partner logos will be displayed and so forth. So Anil, do you have additional information on that specific event?
Right. So yes. So we'll be announcing all the qualified partners in the Citrix Ready Summit. So all our partners who will be attending that event, we will be announcing. There'll be a formal announcement at the Citrix Ready Summit, which is our premier event in May. So moving on, we have one question related to ShareFile test account. So we have a partner who would like to participate in the program and wants to know how we can get access to the ShareFile test account. So Mark?
Yeah, so as we highlighted here, the best way to engage us is to apply to the Citrix Ready program, specifically the Citrix Ready Security Program for ShareFile. And once you submitted the application and validated by our Citrix Ready team, we will then work with you to enable a ShareFile test account, and that can be done with the Citrix Ready team, and it can be requested for integration purposes, and we will create that for our partners.
Right, that's correct. Mark, we have one more question. So one of our attendees would like to know the pricing structure for the ShareFile service. And
pricing. Yeah, for pricing, we have the SMB market and the enterprise market. The SMB market, the pricing is available on sharefile.com, and you can go to the website to observe that. For enterprise customers, is based on enterprise license agreement, so the pricing is on a case-by-case basis with our customers.
Perfect. So here's a very interesting question. So one of our attendees would like to know some of the customers who have implemented ShareFile successfully, and if there's any security use cases around that.
Yeah, sure. Security is top of mind, especially for our enterprise customers. The most common integrations we see is our security integrations with SAML to enable single sign-on use cases. ShareFile also supports our own ShareFile authentication methods. So in some of these cases, you can force a single sign-on. You can configure ShareFile to enable single sign-on only for employees, for example. And we also support what we call a split screen login, because a lot of customers using ShareFile have external dependencies on their clients or partners to share information and files. So the split screen login allows employees to log in using company credentials and single sign-on, and for their partners and clients to log in using ShareFile authentication methods. The other popular integrations that we've seen are DLP integrations for customers who own the enterprise DLP solutions. And we also starting to see some trends. We often do research and surveys with our customers, and one of the observed trends is customers are looking to invest more in cloud security because they are trying to secure not just ShareFile, but their SaaS applications. And we've seen customers using cloud access security brokers in their solution, and some of the cloud security access brokers are our partners today. That's being leveraged. And further down the line, we see the emergence of user and entity behavior analytics solutions within our customer base. So we see some demand there from our customer base. So all these integrations most likely require API level and webhooks integration to enable ShareFile events and activities to be available on these solutions.
That's perfect, Mark. Thanks very much. So there's one more question. I'll take it up. So the question is, how do I become a Citrix Ready partner? So it's very simple. If you just have to visit our Citrix Ready program website. The link I'll be sharing after the webinar. Visit the link. You'll have the option to register or apply for the program. Once we receive the application, we'll get in touch with you. The whole premise of the Citrix Ready program is validating a third-party product which is compatible on Citrix, and it becomes Citrix Ready. So we'll be going through the technical validation of your product on Citrix's product. Through some predefined test criteria which we've set up, and once the product is successfully validated, you'll achieve the Citrix Ready badge. Your product will be published in our Citrix Ready marketplace, and we can work together to promote your product. There's one last question for today. So Mark, can I get real-time information from ShareFile about an account through the ShareFile APIs available?
The answer is yes, soon. Today, our ShareFile API supports real-time access to the account, the files. For activities, it is available to our reporting-based set, reporting endpoints, and that can be retrieved on a periodic basis. However, we are going to publish webhooks APIs where specific events, real-time events can be subscribed, like whenever a user uploads a new file, or even rename and upload a new file, and also download, sharing, and even at the user account level, meaning whenever a user is being created or when the permissions have changed. It is still being defined with our partners. If you are interested in the webhooks API, do reach out to us, and we work with you closely on defining it for a specific use case that you offer.
Definitely. We'll be sharing both mine and Mark's email right after the webinar. So I also see many attendees asking for the slide deck and if the webinar is being recorded. To answer that, yes, we'll be sharing the recording with all the attendees within a day's time to your registered email addresses. And with that said, we are about to end today's webinar. Mark, any final thoughts from your end?
Yes, so security has been, again, a major buying criteria for a lot of our customers. I'm sure yours too, as partners. And together we can resolve and solve some of these use cases for customers. So we welcome all partners do apply to the ShareFile security program, and we can work together to address some of these problems that our customers are facing.
Right, definitely, definitely. We definitely look forward to work with many of you, and as we did mention, there's a lot of marketing benefits which we are offering through this program. So please sign up, and we'll be happy to work with you. And I want to also take a moment once again to thank Mark for making this fantastic presentation and sharing great insights with us. And last but not the least, I want to thank each one of you who are attending our webinar today in the Citrix Ready webinar series. And that shall conclude the broadcast for today. Thanks very much, everyone. Thanks, Mark.
Thank you.